Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters in Yahushua. We're back for another scripture reading. Okay, so we're reading Genesis 9 through 10 and hopefully Matthew 8 through 9. I don't know if I'll get through both in the New Testament, but we'll see. Okay. Genesis 9. YAHUVEH's covenant with Noah. Sorry. Wait a moment. Okay. Then YAHUVEH blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth, and on all the birds in the sky, and on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you, just as I have given you the green plants. I now give you everything. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your lifeblood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting from every animal, and from every human being too. I will demand an accounting for the life of another human being. Whoever sheds human blood, by human shall their blood be shed. For in the image of YAHUVEH has made mankind. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number, multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Then YAHUVEH said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you, and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. And YAHUVEH said, This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you, and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth, and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you, and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between Yah and all living creatures of every kind on this earth. So YAHUVEH said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant I established between me and all life on the earth. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered all over the whole earth. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk, and lay uncovered inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked, and told his 2 brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backward and covered their father's naked body. Their faces were turned the other way, so that they would not see their father naked. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves will he be to his brothers. He also said, Praise be to YAHUVEH, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May Yah extend Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be the slave of Japheth. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Noah lived a total of 950 years, and then he died. Okay, Genesis 10. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog. Please forgive me if I don't pronounce these right, okay? Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. Sorry. The sons of Gomer. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce these right, but we're just going to go ahead and read that part, then I'll start reading when we get to this, okay? Sons of Javan. Okay. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to read this. Sorry, brothers and sisters, normally I just read, but I really don't know how to pronounce these names, so... In order to read, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, now I'm going to start. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who became a mighty warrior on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before YAHUVEH. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before YAHUVEH. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Urach, Akkad, and Calneh in Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, which is between Nineveh and Calah, which is a great city. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce these. Alright. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Gedushites, Havanites, Archites, Shintites. Okay. Later the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon towards Gerar, as far as Gaza, and then towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages, and the territories and nations. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem. Sorry if I'm going fast, brothers and sisters. I have a limited time here. Like I said, please pause the video if you're not done reading. Okay. The region where they lived stretched from Mesa towards Zephyr, in the eastern country, sorry. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages, and their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these the nations spread out all over the earth after the flood. Okay, brothers and sisters, we're now in the New Testament, Matthew 8. And I can actually pronounce these things. Okay. When Yahushua came down from the mountainside, large crowds followed him. A man with leprosy came and knelt before him and said, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Yahushua reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said, "be clean." Immediately he was cleansed of his leprosy. Then Yahushua said to him, "See that you don't tell anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer the gift Moses commanded as a testimony to them." When Yahushua had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly." Yahushua said to him, "Shall I come and heal him?" The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Yahushua heard this, he was amazed, and said to those following him, truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west, and will take their places at the feast of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside, into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Yahushua said to the centurion, go, let it be done just as you believed it would. And his servant was healed at that moment. When Yahushua came to Peter's house, he saw Peter's mother-in-law laying in bed with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she got up and began to wait on him. When evening came, many who were demon-possessed were brought to him, and he drove out the spirits with the word and healed all the sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. When Yahushua saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. Then a teacher of the law came to him and said, Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. Yahushua replied, Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. Another disciple said to him, Lord, first let me go and bury my father. But Yahushua told him, Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Yahushua was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we're going to drown. He replied, You have little faith, why are you so afraid? Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, What kind of man is this? Even the winds and waves obey him. When he arrived at the other side, in the region of I can't pronounce that, sorry. 2 demon-possessed men coming from the tombs met him. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. What do you want with us, son of Yah? They shouted. Have you come here to torture us before the appointed time? Some distance from them, a large herd of pigs was feeding. The demons begged Yahushua, If you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs. He said to them, Go. So they came out and went into the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town and reported all this, including what happened to the demon-possessed men. Then the whole town went out to meet Yahushua, and when they saw him, they pleaded with him to leave their region. Alright, brothers and sisters, I'm actually going to stop here because I really don't want to have to speed read the next chapter, because if I speed read I mess up. But anyway, that's it for now, and we'll continue with Matthew 9 next time. Or, you know what, I might actually make a separate video, but we'll see. Okay, anyway, Yah willing, we'll see what gets done. Okay, love you all, brothers and sisters, and once again, I apologize for not pronouncing those names. I'm not the best at pronouncing biblical names. Okay, anyway, have a great and blessed rest of your Shabbat. Yah bless you.